Good evening once again, everybody. Welcome back to Fenway Park on what right now has some blue skies above it. As the precipitation may be on its way, hopefully we'll miss Fenway Park. It is 80 degrees tonight. The wind out of left center at 15 miles per hour, and the forecast not bright. But again, hopefully it will miss. Chance here before 9 o'clock of a thunderstorm coming through is Manny Ramirez. And the Red Sox take the field tonight in this final game of the three-game series with the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. As they do, let's check out the visiting Devil Rays starting nine, brought to you by Rico. Akinori Iwamura back at the top of the order at third base with Carl Crawford in left field. Brendan Harris is the shortstop. Carlos Pena at first base. Ty Wigginton at second base. Greg Norton is the designated hitter with Delman Young in center field. Johnny Gomes in right bats eighth, and Gianna Navarro does the catching. He bats ninth. On the mound tonight for the Red Sox is right-hander Josh Beckett.
Josh Beckett making his 16th start. He is 11-2 on the season, the 3.38 ERA. A loser last time out against Texas, going 5 innings in that game, giving up 10 hits, 5 earned runs. He did have 4 strikeouts. His first appearance of the year against Tampa Bay in 3 career starts. He is 1-2 with a 5.03 ERA against the Devil Rays. The Red Sox defense is brought to you by your Boston area Lexus dealers. They are now 5th in the league with 50 errors in 83 games. Mike Lowell will be at third base. Julio Lugo, the shortstop. Dustin Pedroia at second. And Eric Hinsky at first base. Left to right, Manny Ramirez, Coco Crisp, and J.D. Drew. And Jason Veritek doing the catching for Josh Beckett.
Umpiring crew has Jerry Davis in behind the plate, calling the balls and strikes. Brian Gorman at first base. Paul Nauert at second base, and Chad Fairchild is the umpire at third. Where available, this telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your television remote. Enjoy the game.
Buenas noches, amigos.
Well, Josh Beckett, his final warm-up tosses here tonight, looking for his 12th win of the year. And the question is, will his next start be in San Francisco? We know he'll pitch in San Francisco in the All-Star game, but will he be starting that game? As we told you off the top, the guy that is really battling for that spot is CC Sabathia. But a tough outing today for Sabathia, giving up 7 earned runs in 4 innings against the Detroit Tigers today. As the Tigers, in their final tune-up for the Red Sox series, winning 12-3 today against Cleveland. They played day baseball at Comerica Park. Akinori Iwamura stands in on the left side. Iwamura, Crawford, and Harris here in the first. As the first pitch of this one is in there for a strike. Iwamura at 290, 3 homers, and 12 runs batted in. Swing and a miss, and he's quickly down 0-2.
And the changeup from Josh Beckett. Fastball followed by a changeup. The changeup at 89 miles an hour, but it did have Iwamura off balance.
Outside, it's 1-2. On deck is Carl Crawford. Tampa Bay batting here in the first inning. Iwamura pops it up foul off third base over his Lowell. But that'll get back into the seats.
And Mike Lowell having a little conversation with some of the fans down that third base line. What did he say? That's what I thought he said.
Outside 2-2 to Iwamura. He played with his native Japan during the World Baseball Classic. Was a teammate in the WBC of Daisuke Matsuzaka. And hit at .389 in 6 games. Part of the championship winning team. Of course, Daisuke was named the MVP, but Iwamura had a great series. Swing and a miss. Beckett starts the night off by striking out Iwamura.
Once again, the changeup from Josh Beckett to pick up his first strikeout of the night. Last time out, 4 strikeouts in 5 innings. His high in the season is 8. He's done that 3 times. Matter of fact, he had 8 2 starts ago against San Diego.
There's Carl Crawford. He's been swinging at that first pitch just about every time up. Does it again here, this time fouling it off. Starts tonight at 286, 6 homers and 51 runs batted in. He is headed to the All-Star game, his second career All-Star selection. The first time that Tampa Bay has had a repeat All-Star selection, as he's going back for another All-Star game. But he's got 3 hits in his last 33 at-bats. He's been in a tough snag until yesterday when he got 3 hits in the game. That's for a stretch where he had gone 1 for 38 earlier this season. He's really been pretty streaky this year. Elevated a little bit. He swings and misses a 95 that time, 1-2. Those 32 games, however, against the Red Sox have been good ones. Hitting at 378 against Boston. 18 thefts, 6 homers. Outside, it evens at 2-2 to Crawford.
Now what the Red Sox have tried to do against Crawford when they get ahead of him, go upstairs above the belt with the fastball. That time up and away. Fastball in and up.
Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Beckett to begin the night.
Again, you could see the sign from Veritek. He wanted it upstairs. He wanted it inside. It stays out over the plate, but it's above the belt and no contact from Crawford. He's now struck out 69 times on the season.
2 down for Brendan Harris, the shortstop. At 305, 8 homers and 34 runs batted in. Harris, 26 years old. Breaking ball, dropping in there for a strike. Brendan Harris acquired from the Cincinnati Reds in exchange for cash back prior to the season beginning, January of 2007. Fouls it off to the right and finds himself down 0-2. Originally selected by the Cubs, 5th round back in 2001, but he's been pretty good find here for Tampa Bay this season. Played solid defense too, just 1 error since May 29th. There's Carlos Pena on deck. The start for Beckett tonight is outstanding. Iwamura, Crawford, Harris all down by way of the K. Red Sox coming up. Back at Fenway, Devil Rays went in order in the first. Red Sox coming up, and their lineup is brought to you by New England Dodge Dealers. J.D. Drew leading it off in right field. Dustin Pedroia at second base. David Ortiz, a designated hitter. Manny's in left. Lowell at third base. Jason Veritek doing the catching. Crisp in center. Hinsky back at first base. Euclid getting the night off again. And Lugo at shortstop bats 9th. On the mound, left-hander J.P. Howell.
Now, J.P. Howell was called up from AAA Durham back on June the 2nd. He's made 6 starts, a 1-2 record. He faced the Red Sox once last season, was not involved in a decision. That's a game that Tampa Bay came back to win, but the Red Sox did rough him up pretty good.
And a career-high 9 strikeouts back on June 8th against the Florida Marlins. There's J.D. Drew back in the leadoff spot tonight for the Red Sox. That average has been climbing up to 261, 6 homers, and 33 runs batted in. Up the middle, and Wigginton will flip to his shortstop, but Drew is too fast, and he's on at first base.
Now, Wigginton knew that he could not stop, plant, and throw, so his best option was to try to flip it to his shortstop, Harris, but of course, no chance to get J.D. Drew at first base.
So Drew aboard, and it brings up Dustin Pedroia. Pedroia at 320, 3 homers and 25 runs batted in. He has an 8-game hitting streak. 11 for 33 during that streak. As he takes strike one from J.P. Howell. Sits safely in 13 in the last 14 games at 309. And against lefties, hitting at 333 this season. Fouls it off himself and is down quickly, 0-2.
J.P. Howell's not a overpowering pitcher. Fastball, curveball, changeup. Actually came from the Royals organization in a deal that sent Joey Gathright over to Kansas City.
David Ortiz waits on deck. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. They elevate. He doesn't chase. 1-2 to Pedroia. Howell is 24 years old. Recalled on June the 2nd from AAA Durham. 28th career start in the majors tonight. He has left 3 of his 6 starts with the lead, only to see the Rays bullpen relinquish it, which has been a problem this year for Tampa Bay. Certainly their bullpen has been roughed up. Left with leads against Florida, Arizona, and Chicago, only to see the pen give it up. Just high, and it's 2-2. Made 8 starts for the Devil Rays in 2006 over 2 different stints. There was 1-3 last year for Joe Madden. To left center field, in for a hit. Kind of hooked it out of that direction. You know, the Red Sox have had the first 2 reach here in the bottom of the first inning.
It's a high changeup from J.P. Howell, and when it stays up in the zone, it becomes hittable. And even though Pedroia is out on his front foot because it was so high, he can still put that ball on the line and for the base hit. 9 straight games now for Dustin Pedroia.
Well, first and second with nobody out, and David Ortiz coming up. Big Poppy at 307 to begin the evening. 13 homers and 49 runs batted in.
David Ortiz 1 for 3 against Howell in his career. That one hit, a home run.
It's been kind of a quiet homestand for Big Poppy, who's 4 for 23 on the homestand. There's a strike, 1-1. Ortiz against left-handed pitching this season, hitting at .253. And again, has no home runs off left-handed pitching. Last year, David Ortiz with 18 home runs of the 54 that he hit. 18 of them were off left-handed pitchers. And he waits on deck, nobody out. J.D. Drew at second base, Dustin Pedroia at first base. And a chance here to get to J.P. Howell early in this one. Outside ball 3. Ortiz will be starting the All-Star game. 4th consecutive All-Star game for him. He'll be starting for the 3rd straight year. 3-1 the count. Ortiz lines it off the glove of Pena. They'll go to second for one, and that's all they'll get. Pena knocked it down. Wigginton picked it up, and they get the force out at second base with Harris covering. So that one will go 1-4 to 6 for the force out at second base.
And you see the look of disgust on David Ortiz's face. Just an absolute rocket that's knocked down by Pena. There's Wigginton to get Pedroia at second base. Of course, nothing Dusty can do. He's got to stop, duck, and get out of the way of the line drive, and doesn't want to get doubled up. So a bullet that turns into a force out at second base, and Ortiz still shaking his head.
So it's first and third now, one down, a chance for Manny. 285 the batting average, 11 homers, and 44 runs batted in for Ramirez. Last 10 games, Manny's gone 5 for 34, hitting at 147. It was 0 for 3 here in the first game of the series. Had yesterday off.
The Tampa Bay defense is brought to you by New England Ford dealers. Last in the league with 70 errors on the season. Akinori with Muir at third base. Brendan Harris, the shortstop. Ty Wigginton at second. And Carlos Pena at first. Left to right, Crawford, Young, and Gomes. And Navarro doing the catching.
First and third with Drew at third base. Ortiz at first base, and one away. Inside, 2-1. Eleventh time the Manny's been named to the All-Star team, including all 7 years with the Red Sox. And elected in the fan balloting each of the previous 8 years. This season, his peers placing him in the All-Star game. Down the left field line, in for a hit. From third comes Drew. Ortiz up to second. The Red Sox lead it 1-0. Manny Ramirez with his 45th RBI of the season.
Another hanging changeup from J.P. Howell. Very similar to the one that he threw Pedroia. It's going to stay up in the zone, and Manny hooks it down the left field line. Again, a little bit off balance, but if the pitch is high enough, you still have a chance. And Manny took that chance and drove it into left field. 45 RBI now for Ramirez on the season. At 5:30 today, the Glow 10.0 presented by Verizon tackled today's hottest 10 topics, but they saved an extra point for us. With today being the 5-year anniversary of Ted Williams' death, how do you remember Ted? Stay tuned for Sports Desk tonight after our Red Sox coverage to hear Bob Ryan and Dan Shaughnessy tack on the extra point.
First and second with one down, and it'll bring up Mike Lowell. 20th pitch of the inning coming from J.P. Howell. Oh, 296, 13 homers, and 57 runs batted in. Well, grounds it foul outside of third base. First and second, one away. Center field and a base hit for Lowell. Ortiz will be stopped. Manny to second base. On the single for Mike Lowell, Red Sox have him loaded. The fourth hit of the inning for Boston.
J.P. Howell is fooling nobody right now. The only out he's got was that hard-line drive by David Ortiz that was deflected by Pena. So the Red Sox got a chance to open this one up very early tonight. Lowell is now hitting 10 of his last 11 games and getting back close to that 300 mark.
So bases loaded, one down. And Jason Varitek. Red Sox have a run, a chance for a lot more here in the first inning. 272, 8 homers, and 35 runs batted in. He's 5 for his last 10. Had yesterday off. And it takes strike one from Howell. Against lefties, he's hitting at 288. 3 of his 8 home runs have come off left-handed pitchers. Ball and a strike down to the Red Sox captain. Red Sox tied for 5th in batting average to begin the day, hitting at 273 as a club. The Tigers, who the Red Sox will see beginning tomorrow, lead the American League in batting average as they hit at 288.
Now the Tigers also lead in runs scored with 482.
Coco Crisp waiting on deck, batting 7th in the Red Sox order tonight. Three and one. And no place to put him. Ortiz at third base, Ramirez at second base, and Lowell at first with one down. Ball 4, walks in a run. Red Sox take a 2-0 lead.
Looks like the phone call going down to the bullpen early tonight before this one gets out of hand for J.P. Howell.
Brian Stokes, the first guy up in the Tampa Bay pen. Saw him in the first game of the series. As Coco Crisp stands in. Coco 263 to begin the night. With 4 homers and 22 runs batted in. He tripled to lead off in the first inning yesterday. So he was leading off for the Red Sox to extend his hitting streak to 6 games. Of course, he scored on the safety squeeze. As Cora laid down the bunt. Crisp to deep left field. Gone for the grand slam that puts the Red Sox on top 6-0.
Home run number 5 for Coco Crisp. He's got 3 now from the right side, 2 from the left side. And a disaster for J.P. Howell and the Devil Rays here in the first inning. Hands on his knees. He knew that ball was gone as soon as Coco made contact.
6 quick ones on the board for the Red Sox. The Big Blast Cocoa Crisp. And with that monster shot, another child to be able to participate in the Mayor's Summer Jobs Program, courtesy of Boston.com Monster, the Red Sox, and Nesson. 1-2 to Hinsky. It was grounded foul. Well, Jerry, this is really, we've seen a lot of bad stretches for the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, but when we talk about pitching and defense so often, the Red Sox know all about that, and they've had success this year. Tampa Bay's pitching is last in the majors. Their defense is last, and they have lost 10 games in a row coming into tonight. They now trailed 6-0 in the first inning.
Yeah, that's just a bad combination. You're not going to find many teams going to the playoffs who are last in pitching and last in defense. And that's why they're 19 games behind the Red Sox.
Swing and a miss as Hinsky strikes out, and there's 2 down in the inning.
And, you know, when they're on a streak like they're on, losing streak is so deflating. You get down this early in a ball game by 6 runs. You're facing a guy who's going to the All-Star game, one of the best pitchers in the league in the first half of the season. When it rains, it pours. And let's hope it doesn't rain at Fenway tonight.
Speaking of rain. We're going to look at the 10-game losing streak for Joe Madden and these Devil Rays, a .202 average. It really has been a very tough stretch for them. The runners in scoring position numbers have been very difficult. They're hitting at just 180 with men in scoring position over that streak. They won just once in the last 21 July road games, and that dates back to 2005. And in the 10-game slide, they have yet to reach double digits in hits in any of the 10 games. It is tied for the second longest streak in club history, without 10 or more hits in a game. The 40th pitch of the inning is grounded foul. Beckett has been waiting for 20 minutes. He doesn't mind. He now has 6 runs to work with. Ball 4. Second walk of the inning. Lugo down to first base. Stokes continues to warm as J.D. Drew stands in. The Red Sox have batted around in this first inning, in which they lead 6-0. Well, last time Tampa Bay lost 10 in a row was the 28th of June through July 8th of 2005. Right side, vacated. Into right field for a base hit. Up to second goes Lugo. Second hit of the inning for J.D. Drew.
Not a bad feeling for a leadoff man. You've been up twice in the first inning. You got a 2-for-2 night going. And that's going to be it for J.P. Howell.
Well, he ends up facing 10 batters. So far, 6 of them have scored. He leaves as this call to the bullpen is brought to you by New England Ford dealers. Have you driven a Ford lately? Ryan Stokes makes his way in. It's 6-0 Red Sox in the first.
Take the Nesson summer vacation and join us this Sunday at 5:30 for the premiere of Rising Sun, Matt Suzuka Mania. In this 30-minute original Nesson entertainment special, we follow the frenzy surrounding Daisuke's rise from Japanese League phenom to Red Sox Nation fan favorite. Take the Nesson summer vacation and follow Daisuke's journey with us Sunday at 5:30.
6-0 Red Sox on top, last half of the second inning. And Ortiz opposite field to deep left. Crawford back, and it's off the scoreboard. Crawford plays the carom and guns it back in, but Big Papi stands at second base, leadoff double.
David Ortiz taking the fastball that's down and away to the opposite field and plants it to just above the scoreboard out there in left field. And by the time Crawford could chase it down, Big Papi standing at second base with the leadoff double. So for fans who love offense, they're seeing plenty of it early in this game.
Here's Manny, who singled his first time up. Able to drive in his 45th RBI of the season. He'll come around on the grand slam by Coco Crisp. J.P. Howell, the starter tonight for Tampa Bay, lasts just 2/3 of an inning, giving up 6 hits and all 6 runs. He walked 2, struck out 1. And Tampa Bay had to get into that bullpen in the first inning. And Stokes got the final out of the inning on 1 pitch, getting Dustin Pedroia. But he's given up a leadoff double to David Ortiz here in the second inning. Outside, 3-0. Ryan Stokes. As you see Lowell waiting on deck. Stokes is 27 years old and a rookie who appeared in 39 games. Coming into tonight being his 40th of the year. He's allowed a .348 opponent's batting average, which is highest among all active American League relievers. Signed by the Rays, a non-drafted free agent back in 1998. And fouling off the 3-1 pitch, full count. He's had some problems with home runs. He's allowed 6 homers, tied for second among AL relievers in that category. Has thrown the last pitch in 3 of the 4 walk-off losses this season for Tampa Bay. Ortiz at second base, a 3-2 pitch to Manning. Ball 4, he walks in.
Every Red Sox game that goes into extra innings and the Sox get a save, CVS Pharmacy will donate $500 to Children's Hospital. CVS Pharmacy is the official pharmacy of the Boston Red Sox.
So 3 walks now allowed by Tampa Bay pitching. Runners at first and second, nobody out. And here's Mike Lowell. He singled in the first inning. To deep left. Will it stay fair? Down the line, towards the pole, it's gone. Got a 2-run shot yesterday. He's got a 3-run shot tonight. And it's a 9-0 Boston lead.
And with his 3 RBIs, that gives him 60 now on the season. Lowell just wondering if that ball was going to stay fair. Not exactly the Carlton fist, but still right down that left field line and up in the last row of the monster seats.
Well, with that monster shot, another child to be able to participate in the Mayor's Summer Jobs Program, courtesy of Boston.com. Monster, the Red Sox, and Nesson. So a grand slam in the first, a 3-run shot in the second. Boston on top 9-0. Going to want to save some of these runs for the Tigers.
Doesn't work that way, Don. You wish it did, but it doesn't work that way.
Jason Varitek walked in the first inning. Well, an opposite field base hit. Still nobody out. The first 7 batters in the Red Sox order all have at least one hit. And we are just in the second inning. It's time now for the Coors Coal Blast. And for Coco Crisp, his 5th home run of the season, a grand slam. That's now with Varitek at first base and nobody out.
And it looks like it might be Stokes for a while because nobody loosening down in the bullpen for the Devil Rays.
Somebody's got to log some of these innings. As the starter chased after 2/3. Here's a ground ball to first. Pena, the second for one, back to first base. They get the lead runner in Varitek. Too much speed for Crisp. So 1 down in the inning. Coco will be at first and Eric Kinski coming up. Kinski had a bases clearing 3-run triple in the bottom of the 5th inning on Monday night in the final game of the Texas series. He's 0 for 3 yesterday with a walk against Tampa Bay and getting another start tonight. Kevin Youkilis nursing the quad problem that keeps him out of the lineup another day.
I think they want to be very careful with Youkilis as they head into the All-Star break. You don't want to do something foolish and have him blow it out.
Certainly the luxury of not having to put him out there. You know, you got this 11.5 game lead to begin the day over the Blue Jays and the Yankees, and the Red Sox continue to score runs on top tonight, for instance, 9-0. Ball 2-1. Red Sox at 52-31 coming into tonight's action. The best winning percentage in the major leagues at .627. Red Sox 21 games over 500 for the first time since June 25th. Earlier this season, they had been 22 games over 500. The Red Sox have been on top of the American League East for 81 days now, longest consecutive stint, the top spot since 1995. The 2-2 pitch to Eric Kinski. Grounds it foul over by Lugo on deck. Kinski struck out swinging in the first inning. Got a 2-2 with Coco Crisp at first base. 1 down in the inning. Full count. Beckett having to wait a long time once again. Slice foul off to the left. We're here at Fenway Park in Boston. Don Orsillo, Jerry Remy, and Tina Cervasio bringing you Boston Red Sox baseball in high definition and Dolby Digital 5.1 surround sound. Full count to Eric Hensky with Coco Crisp at first base. Ball 4, he walks in.
The 2007 Picnic at Park benefit at Fenway Park is Sunday, July 15th. Join Red Sox players, their wives, for an on-field barbecue, autograph session, and live auction for one-of-a-kind items and much more. Proceeds will benefit the Red Sox Foundation's Red Sox Scholars Program and the DSS Kids Fund. And your hosts are comedian Mike O'Malley and Nesson's Tina Cervasio. Get your tickets today by sending an email to Picnic at the Park, RedSox.com, or call 617-226-6002. Let me correct that. Picnic at RedSox.com, or call 226-6002.
Well, Brian Stokes having to take one here for the team for a little while. Yes, he has just the one out of the inning. He gave up a 3-run home run to Mike Lowell. He has walked Eric Hensky's walked 2 in the inning. Runners at first and second, 1 down. And Julio Lugo coming up. Lugo walked his first time up. That was against the starter J.P. Howell, who lasted just 2/3 of an inning. Lugo, of course, with a 2-run single, bottom of the first inning Tuesday to snap out of that 0-for-33 skid. The longest hitless streak of his career. The previous had been 20 straight hitless at-bats as he takes a ball. And it's 2-0. He's gone 2 for 6 in the series against Tampa Bay. A couple of RBIs. Fly ball center field. Delman Young makes the catch for out number 2. So Crisp to second base. Hensky at first base with 2 down. And J.D. Drew getting his 3rd at bat of the game as he bats here in the second inning with already a 2-for-2 night. A strike to Drew. There is action now. The Tampa Bay pen. John Switzer is up.
He was just called up yesterday from AAA Durham.
The strike in. It's 0-2. Drew's hits an infield hit to second base in the first. He singled to right also in the first inning, as the Red Sox sent 11 men to bat in the first and scored 6 times. The center field, Delman Young going back, and he makes the running catch back onto the track. That ends the inning. Red Sox scored 3 more times. 3-run shot for Lowell. It's 9-0 Boston.
While the league takes a few days off for the All-Star break, we're looking back at our favorite Red Sox games of the year in the Sox in 2 All-Star Marathon. Go to Nesson.com now to cast your favorite for the best games you want to see in a 3-game marathon. Then tune in at 1:30 on Tuesday to see if your games made the cut. What is...
Break out the brooms and put Tampa in the hamper.
Don, what would you say this word is here?
I watched it. There was no way to help you. I was looking at it while you were reading it, and The word is spelled V-O-A-R-I-T-E. It's kind of...
So go to NESN.com now to cast your variety for the best games of the season.
It's a combination for vote and favorite.
That's going to be vote, right?
Yeah.
Well,
all in one.
So I never saw that word before.
Yeah. Theory. But it's gone. It is vote. Working ball missing to Johnny Gomes to begin things here in the third inning. Gomes at 246, 6 homers, 17 runs batted in. And towards deep left center field. Back goes Coco Crisp. And it's high off the wall. Crisp will play the carom. Gomes headed to second base. The throw is not going to be in time. A leadoff double for Johnny Gomes.
First hit that Johnny Gomes has had against Josh Beckett. Came into the game 0 for 5 against Beckett. But he gets the curveball and plants it off that left field wall. So both base hits have been on off-speed pitches. A changeup to Wigington. And now the curveball to Gomes.
Well, Beckett had to wait 20 minutes for the first inning to be over. 18 minutes for the second inning. Deanna Navarro, 179, a home run, 11 runs batted in. Fly ball down the left field line. Manny Ramirez over towards the seats, and it's back into the seats and out of the seats. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2, 96 that time from Beckett. Deanna Navarro, part of this young Tampa Bay team. He's just 23 from Caracas, Venezuela. Was obtained in the deal that saw Toby Hall and Mark Hendrickson go to the Dodgers. Navarro coming up in the Dodgers system. And it's been 2 years with the Dodgers. Down the right field line, but curling foul. Top of the order, Akinori Iwamura waits on deck. Nobody out. Top of the third inning, 9-0. Red Sox on top. Right side, ranging is Hinsky. Long run, but he'll get there first. And on to third goes Gomes.
There's a great new look to the Red Sox Nation program in 2007. Has new rewards, gift, and unique ticket opportunities. And Don, we told you about the unique night tonight where we gave away 4 monster seats, a Tim Wakefield autographed shirt, batting practice. Now, this is the group that won them right here. And this is Bridget Anderson. They're from Pittsfield, Massachusetts. So there they are in the front row. And they are members of Red Sox Nation. Now the next one, next big ticket giveaway for Red Sox Nation will be Tom Werner's seats on the 21st of July against Chicago. That's a Saturday, with many more surprises coming before then.
You been to Pittsfield before?
Yes, I have.
Beautiful area over there and home of Wacona Park.
Isn't that where you met your wife in Pittsfield?
No. Binghamton.
Binghamton.
Binghamton. Next stop.
And we had a record amount of sign-ups yesterday for some odd reason on the 4th of July for both Red Sox Nation and Remdog Nation. It was incredible. So there must have been a lot of people watching the game yesterday afternoon because you see the benefits of being with Red Sox Nation. And, of course, at Remdog Nation, we're giving away free tickets for every single game the rest of the year. So it's not too late to sign up. You sign up, you get that same opportunity to win free tickets every single day. I was stunned yesterday. We had home over 100 orders.
Wow. There were a lot of people hanging around yesterday. Everybody off for the most part.
Yeah, and they like free stuff, you know. So if you're giving away free tickets, these tickets are hard to come by. So you got a pretty good chance of winning them. Nice people from Pittsfield were up in the booth prior to the game at about 6:20. They got a little bit late. They got lost getting here. But they did get a chance to come up, take some pictures, and also get their front row seats. They must know now that we're talking about it.
Yeah. Ball 4, and down to first base goes Iwamura. This is the first walk of the night given up by Josh Beckett. Yeah, Pittsfield was the home of the New York Mets, New York Penn League team for a while. A lot of big prospects coming through there for a number of years. Ryan Daubach played there among other players coming up through the system of the Mets. And old ballpark there, Wacona Park. Certainly a lot of character. It's one of those parks where they had sun delays every night. Kind of became notorious as you'd have a pitcher go the first 2 innings. All of a sudden you have to shut him down because every night right around, I don't know, 7:20, 7:30, you'd have a sun delay right in the batter's eyes. You had to shut it down.
Really?
Every night.
Now, would they start their starting pitcher?
A lot of times they would not. The Mets prospects, pitchers, sometimes they'd start a reliever and then bring the starter in once the sun delay was over.
Makes sense.
Yeah, because otherwise you get a guy all ready to go and have to sit down some 20 minutes.
Used to have that problem in the old exhibition stadium in Toronto, where the sun set kind of between the stands. It was a football stadium. And for a while, the first baseman could not take a throw from the pitcher because he couldn't see. The sun was shining right in his eye. It never stopped games because of it, but it became a huge problem.
So the first and diving back, Iwamura. Beckett in really his first jam of the game. The runner is at first and third, one down here in the top of the third. There goes Iwamura. The pitch is high. Throw down from Varitek, not in time. And a stolen base for Akinori Iwamura.
Iwamura now with 8 steals on the season, even down by 9 runs. Early in this ball game, taking the stolen base, a high pitch. And it looked like Beckett was stunned and he took off because he was late. That throw from Varitek, he had to duck down to get out of the way of.
So it's second and third now, one down. Carl Crawford, with a count of 1 and 2, struck out swinging first time up. Swing and a miss. Crawford strikes out. That's 6 Ks for Josh Beckett, 2 down.
Got him on a fastball on the first at bat. Gets him on a changeup. That's not a strike, but Crawford will chase it. And again, a year ago, you know, the thinking of American League hitters who faced Beckett 1 year ago has to completely change because they're just seeing a wide variety of pitches. They're seeing curveballs, changeups, the fastball.
Well, his strikeout high in the season is 8. And he's done that 3 different times. He has 6 strikeouts already tonight through 2 2/3 innings. Here's Brendan Harris, who was one of those strikeouts. Struck out swinging in the first inning.
I've been impressed with Harris in this series, Don. I've not seen much of him at all. I don't recall seeing him before. And he's done a nice job at shortstop with a strong arm, maintaining over a 300 batting average.
Nice pickup for Tampa Bay, one that they got in January. This has been a revolving door at all positions for Tampa Bay for the most part, but certainly at shortstop. Julio Lugo is really the guy that was there the longest of all the shortstops they had in Tampa Bay. There's Julio there in the last few years before he went to the Dodgers and then here to the Red Sox. The 0-2 pitch. Outside, 1 and 2. Josh Beckett 5 and 2 here at Fenway Park this season. With a 4.67 ERA on the road, he is a perfect 6 and 0. With a 1.71 ERA. The 1-2 pitch. Harris lines it down the left field line to the corner. This is trouble as from third, Johnny Gomes score. Akinori Iwamura scores. It's a 2-run double for Brendan Harris. And the Devil Rays are on the board. It's now a 9-2 Red Sox lead.
And he gets the curveball from Beckett. Not a bad one. The curveball's down. But a pretty nice swing put on it by Harris as he shoots it down in that left field corner. You throwing that curveball, you want it down in the zone. That's exactly where it was, so you got to give some credit to Harris on that. Picks up his 35th and 36th RBI, his 18th double of the season.
So Harris at second base. Carlos Pena, the batter, struck out looking first time up. Beckett's up to 52 pitches through 2 2/3 innings. And drops a strike in there to Pena. And he's signed with the Devil Rays, a free agent in January. He's dealt with the catwalks this season. He's hit Tropicana Field catwalks 3 times this season, 2 home runs. But the catwalks always part of the game when you're at Tropicana Field. And the Red Sox will finally be going to Tropicana Field after not playing the Devil Rays until this series all season long. The 2 teams have played 18 times.
Yeah, I believe the road trip, our next road trip after the All-Star break will be down there. We stay home for a long time. Toronto, Kansas City, Chicago, and then Cleveland on the road. And finally, at the end of July, to Tampa Bay for a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday game.
Two and one to Carlos Pena. Ty Wigginton on deck. 2 outs, 2 runs in for Tampa Bay here in the top half of the 3rd inning. Brendan Harris at second base. A strike evens a count of 2 and 2. Beckett trying to get his 12th win of the year, posted to a huge lead. 9-0. He's given 2 of those runs back here in the 3rd inning. It's now 9-2. A 2-2 to Pena. Strike 3 call. 7 strikeouts for Beckett. 2 runs for the Devil Rays. 9-2 Boston after 2.5. 9-2 Red Sox on top. Tampa Bay getting 2 runs in the top half of the 3rd inning. New pitcher on for the Devil Rays. It's John Switzer.
Now, John Switzer just recalled yesterday from AAA Durham. He opened the season on the DL with some left shoulder tendonitis, activated on June 2nd by Durham. He's been up to 5 different times over 5 seasons with the Devil Rays.
Dustin Pedroia leading it off for Boston here in the last half of the 3rd inning. Tampa Bay on their 3rd pitcher in 3 innings.
The Switzer actually picked up his first major league win against the Red Sox July 4th of last year. 2/3 of an inning.
Third at bat for Dustin Pedroia tonight. He is single to center field and fly to left, 1 for 2. Red Sox have 9 hits. That towards right center field. Johnny Gomes dives and makes the catch out in right center field.
It's like Johnny Gomes was stopping and then decided to turn it on again and then had to dive for the ball. The ball from Pedroia slicing back toward him. And that's a lot of guy hitting the grass here. Johnny Gomes a big guy. And he makes a few divots as he makes that great catch in the outfield.
So one down for David Ortiz. Through the left side, into left field, a base hit. Ortiz, second hit of the night. And let's check in with Tina Cervasio.
Don, today, of course, Red Sox fans got great news as Hideki Okajima was voted onto the AL All-Star team. And, of course, the manager is thrilled for all of his All-Stars. But what's most important is what a great reliever Okajima has been for the Red Sox this first half of the season.
He's been a blessing to our bullpen and our ball club. He's given us 41 innings, pretty good innings. And gave him the last 2 days down so we don't overuse him. And again, that's not easy to do. You have a guy that's getting outs, you want to use him every day. But you got to try to use some judgment where you give guys a chance to show their good stuff and not run them into the ground.
And, of course, Okajima has closed when Papelbon needs the night off and even saved 4 games. But overall, he's made Papelbon actually work harder because Okajima has held so many close leads through the 8th inning, setting up Papelbon. And the closer did get his wish. His fans voted in Okajima and got his man to San Fran, closer to Japan.
All right, Tina, thank you very much. Yeah, it's certainly good news for Hideki Okajima.
Yeah, let's see. From San Francisco, Japan, that's only another, what, 16, 17 hours?
Yeah, it's right around the corner. Okajima would be the 9th Red Sox rookie All-Star. And the list's pretty impressive. Walt Tropo, Frank Malzone, Don Schwal, George Scott, Carlton Fisk, Fred Lynn, Nomar, and Jonathan Papelbon. All rookies that have gone to All-Star games. And he batting with 1 out. And David Ortiz at first base. Red Sox scored 6 times in the first and 3 times in the second. On top 9-2 as they bat here in the 3rd inning against John Switzer. J.P. Howell, the starter tonight, who lasted just 2/3 of an inning, gave up 6 runs. And Brian Stokes, who went an inning into 3rd, gave up 3 hits, 3 runs, walked 2, and did not strike anybody out. The 2-2 to Manning. Full count. Roll waiting on deck with 1 away here in the last half of the 3rd inning. Red Sox heading to Detroit after the ball game tonight to get ready for the 3-game series with the Tigers over the weekend. Manny lines it out to center field. Delman Young back. It's over his head and 1 off the wall. Ortiz to 3rd base. Manny to 2nd with a double.
I'll tell you, there have been some balls hit real hard by Red Sox hitters in this game, and here's the latest example, a line shot that quickly gets over the head of Delman Young. And ball leaves the batters, the center field say, well, maybe I got a chance. All of a sudden, boom, it's quickly over your head, and you're playing it back into the infield trying to keep a run from scoring.
So 2nd and 3rd, 1 down. And Mike Lowell, the batter. The infield coming in. As he sends it to short right. Gomes coming on the run. Can't make the catch. Ortiz will scamper home with the 10th Red Sox run. It's 10-2 Boston.
Looked like Mike Lowell was trying to move the ball of that side with that swing, and he gets it just in front of Johnny Gomes. Gomes has already made one great play in this inning. This one he cannot come up with. Inside out swing there by Mike Lowell with the men at second and third. So Lowell picks up his 4th RBI of the night.
This is the 22nd time now that the Red Sox have scored 10 or more runs against the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. About 14% of the time that they have played the Devil Rays.
And this is the 3rd inning. They already have the 10 and 12 hits.
First and third with one out. Veritek's been on twice, walked in the first inning, singled in the second inning, and now bats in the 3rd inning. Foul again, back into the seats. Coco Crisp on deck. Hit a grand slam in the first inning. Inside, and it's 1-2. Devil Rays will be headed to Kansas City after the ball game tonight to continue their 3-city tour. And to wrap up the first half of the season, Veritek defensively getting a piece of that. Tampa Bay lost the first 4 games of the road trip to Cleveland. They've lost the first 2 games of this series. And of course, again, it is 10 in a row coming into tonight's action. Last series they won was against the Dodgers and then suffered back-to-back 4-game series. Iwamura foul outside of third. It's still 1-2 to Veritek. Even the games that they have won this season, they've had to come from behind quite a bit. They've come from behind in 22 of their 33 wins. And the offense has had to make up for a lot of their pitching problems. Veritek, more foul balls, this time off to the right. Eighth pitch of the at-bat coming for Jason Veritek. With Ramirez at third, Lowell at first, and 1 away. Little number in front of the plate. Switzer off the mound, bobbles it, and Veritek safe. An infield hit for Jason Veritek, and the base is loaded with 1 down.
That's a good read by Manny down at third base because, you know, on most ground balls there you would go because you don't want to double play to end the inning, but the only ones you don't go on is one that can't be turned into a double play, and there's no way that's going to happen with this kind of ground ball. So Manny holds his ground at third base. And when Switzer gets it, he takes a look at him and never get the baseball in his glove. I don't think he got Veritek anyway at first base.
Bases loaded, 1 down. Crisp, with a grand slam in this situation in the first inning, gets another shot at it. Well, we heard the Let's Go Lugo the other night tonight, it's Let's Go Coco. Ball 3-0. Ramirez at third base, Lowell at second base, Varitek at first. And Coco with a count of 3-0. There's a strike, 3-1. Ball 4, he walks in. And in from third base comes Manny Ramirez with the 11th Red Sox run. Now chance for Eric Kinsky with the bases loaded here in the third inning. Kinsky struck out in the first. He walked in the second. And now comes to bat in the third with the bases loaded. Still just 1 out in the inning. Strike 1. Red Sox with 13 hits. The 8-9 men do not have hits. Kinsky without a hit. Lugo without a hit. But both the 8-9 men have reached. Kinsky on a walk, Lugo on a walk. As Tampa Bay pitching has walked 5 through 2 and a third innings. Foul tip into the catcher's mitt that time, 1-2. So mad right now trying to find somebody who can piece together some outs. J.P. Howell went just 2/3 of an inning. Giving up 6 runs. Brian Stokes an inning and a third giving up 3 runs. And so far Switzer a third has given up 2 runs and far from being out of it. The 1-2. Kinsky pops it up. The Honor Navarro gives way to Pena, who makes the catch in foul ground. 2 down.
Remember that if you need medical care while at Fenway, visit the Beth Israel Deaconess First Aid Stand behind Section 12. Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center is the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox.
So 2-way here in the third inning. And it brings up Julio Lugo. Lugo walked in the first inning, fly to center in the second. Take strike 1. .398 hitter with the bases loaded, 2 grand slams to his credit. Shoots it down the right field line. It is a foul ball.
Well, again, you know, if you're hitting .392, that ball stays in fair territory or hits the line. When you're struggling like Lugo, it goes foul by about an inch. And that's a ball that 3 runs would have scored on. Just in foul territories, you see the dirt kick up.
Now he's down 0-2. Switzer got the first out of the inning. Dustin Pedroia lining out to right field. A diving catch by Johnny Gomes. 1-2. Down and in, 2-2. It's amazing. The Rays pitchers leading the American League in strikeouts. 597. They have the highest earned run average of 5.62. No team in American League history has ever finished the season as the league strikeout leader and had the highest earned run average.
And they got two guys, Kazmir and Shields, who are in the top 10 in strikeouts, 5 and 6. As we saw Kazmir run into some control problems in his game here at Fenway Park.
The Rays pitchers fan a Major League most 233 batters in June. Highest strikeout total by a Major League club since the 1966 Orioles. Line to center field, a base hit for Lugo. Lowell from third. Veritek behind him. The throw is not in time. Navarro thought he had him. 2 runs in. Red Sox leading it now 13-2.
What a strange play at home plate. You thought Veritek was going to slide. He didn't slide, and for some reason, Navarro didn't get the tag on in time. It's almost like Navarro maybe was expecting him to slide or try to knock him over. Here comes Veritek. No slide. The ball's there. The foot apparently on home plate, and then the tag. Yeah, good, correct call.
So Lugo with a base hit, 2 runs driven in, 4 runs in the inning. A 13-2 Red Sox lead in the 3rd inning for J.D. Drew. 9th man to bat here in the 3rd. He's already 2 for 3 in the game as he bats in the 3rd inning. More action in the Tampa Bay pen. Sean Kemp.
Sean Kemp must pitch every day. Well, close to it anyway.
Outside 1-2. Switzer, who started this inning, has thrown 37 pitches in the inning, facing the 9th man of the inning. And Drew fouls it off, 1-2. Beckett again having to wait a long time. He waited better than 20 minutes in the 1st inning, 18 minutes in the 2nd, and he's now at 23 minutes in the 3rd.
It's almost like every time he goes to the mound, it's like he's taking it for the first time, loosening in the bullpen.
Swing and a miss, and Drew strikes out to end the inning. But the Red Sox tack on 4 more, 13-2 after 3. Well, a very nice moment here in between innings as Hideki Okajima, and a standing ovation from this sellout crowd at Fenway Park as they put on the scoreboard in right center field that he had been indeed named to the 2007 All-Star team in San Francisco. And a long standing ovation here at Fenway Park in between innings for Hideki Okajima. Of course, voted in today on the online vote, which ended at 6 o'clock. And he'll be headed along with the 5 other Red Sox to the All-Star game And a great moment at Fenway. Not only the crowd saluting him, but many of the Red Sox in the top step of the dugout clapping as well. And Hideki Okajima in the Red Sox bullpen, where the Red Sox enjoying a 13-3 lead. New pitcher is on for Tampa Bay. It's Jason Hamill into the game. As leading it off for Boston is Willie Mo Pena. Lines it to center. Young coming on, and he makes the sliding catch. Pena is retired for the first out of the inning. Jason Hamill, 24-year-old, recalled from AAA Durham on June 11th. Look at the numbers for Hamill, who becomes the 5th pitcher of the game for Tampa Bay. Their starter lasted just 2/3 of an inning tonight. Sean Camp, a nice job for Tampa Bay, pitching 2 scoreless innings. Allowing 2 hits, no runs, walked 1 and struck out 2. And stopped the bleeding a little bit after the Red Sox had scored 13 runs through the first 3 innings. Dustin Pedroia has 2 hits tonight, 2 for 4. Not only did Hideki Okajima have a salute in between innings, but I think there was some sort of surgical procedure going on in the back of the booth in between innings. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Had a little slight tear of the rotator cuff that kind of flamed up. So Dr. Gill, I was leaving tonight, was nice enough to slap me a cortisone shot between innings.
Are you in pain?
No, not at all. I forgot to put my tie back on, excuse me.
Yeah, you still look good. Foul ball down the right field line. Johnny Gomes running over onto the dirt, and it is a foul ball. Very close down the line. Here are the changes for Tampa Bay. Jorge Cantu comes into the game at second base. Wilson now at shortstop. And Casanova taking over, of course, with Navarro leaving the game with an injury. Three and 2. The count to Pedroia. And it's sent foul down the right field line, backing out of play. Two to Pedroia. And a foul fly off to the right. Well, the mist has been falling for the last inning or so here at Fenway. Fouling off another. Continuing after the first pitch that he saw. So it's 9 pitches now to Dustin Pedroia in this at bat.
Last time we saw Hamill, he threw quite a few pitches in that game against the Red Sox.
3-2. 10th pitch of the at-bat, and finally the walk for Pedroia.
Tonight, following Red Sox coverage, stay with NESN for Sports Desk with Eric Freed, presented by FW Webb, home of Frank Webb's Bass Centers. Among the topics tonight, Gina Sabaccio's weekly conversation with manager Terry Francona, and your chance to decide this week's Person of the Week as the nominees are announced. That's Sports Desk with Eric Freed tonight, following Red Sox coverage live in HD, only on NESN.
Well, Dustin Pedroia, 10-pitch at bat, ends up with a walk and is on for the third time tonight. As David Ortiz been on base 3 times tonight. Fielder's choice, a double, a single. Last time up, grounding into a double play. A shift on again, with only Iwamura left on the left side of the infield. Wilson and Cantu on right side. As Ortiz swings and misses. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Well, J.P. Howell started tonight for Tampa Bay, 2/3 of an inning, the starter. And Brian Stokes an inning into third. John Switzer went an inning. Sean Camp going 2 innings, and now Josh Hamill on here for the bottom of the 6th inning with the Red Sox on top 13-3. Two and two to David Ortiz, with Jacoby Ellsbury waiting on deck.
I missed that between innings thing with Okajima. That must have been a special moment here with the fans going crazy for him, electing him to the All-Star game.
It was indeed. Very special moment, and Okajima saluting all the fans all the way around. And it was neat to see a lot of his teammates out there also clapping the top step of the Red Sox dugout. Right side and in for a hit for Big Papi, his 3rd of the night, as Pedroia stops at second base. 1 out and 2 on.
Well, David hitting through the shift. He's hit the ball hard 4 times tonight, I should say. This time getting it by Jorge Cantu, who goes into the dive.
2 on, 1 down. Jacoby Ellsbury, for the first time tonight, took over defensively for Manny. It's a .286, no homers, and a run batted in. He is 4 for 14 so far in his major league career, as Casanova's out to talk to Hamill. Ellsbury has started 4 of the last 5 games since being promoted from Pawtucket on Saturday. He lined out to begin the inning. A 10-pitch at bat for Dustin Pedroia, who ended up walking. A single for Ortiz. It's 1st and 2nd, 1 down. And an 0-1 to Jacoby Ellsbury. Outside, a ball and a strike. On Monday, Ellsbury reached base in all 4 of his plate appearances. 2 for 2, 2 walks, 2 runs scored. Down and in, and it's 2-1. Yesterday, Ellsbury with a couple of doubles. He was 2 for 4, and Knocked in his first major league RBI. Ball 3, 3-1. Belly's got a bat and some gear on. So he's fouled off to the left.
Snyder continues to throw in the bullpen for the Red Sox.
Josh Beckett going the first 6 innings tonight. A 9 strikeout performance, a season high in strikeouts. Into left field, a base hit for Ellsbury. Pedroia to third, Ortiz to second on the single for Jacoby Ellsbury, who got jammed and just kind of fisted it out to left field.
Sure did. That ball gets inside a little bit, an inside-out swing by Ellsbury, and just a little bloop over the third baseman's head for the base hit. Of course, they've got to play him in to respect his speed, and he drops it right over Aki's head at third base for the base hit.
So bases loaded, 1 down. And here's Mike Lowell. Breaking ball for a strike. After scoring 13 runs in the first 3 innings, the Red Sox did not score in the 4th or 5th innings. They're now threatening here with the bases loaded and 1 out in the bottom of the 6th.
Five RBIs tonight for Coco Crisp. The grand slam and a walk to bring in a run.
Well, reaches out, sends it foul. Now the right field line backing out of play. The 5 RBIs for Coco Crisp ties a career high. Into left field, a base hit. From third comes Pedroia, and the Red Sox take a 14-3 lead. 4-hit night for Mike Lowell. He has driven in 5 runs of his own.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one down to pick the top dog of this baby, I'll tell you. Coco Crisp with 5 RBIs. Mike Lowell now with 5 RBIs. Big Poppy 3 hits. I mean, I don't know.
And a long way to go.
And a long way to go. Might have to go with Coco as it stands now because of the grand slam in the first inning.
Well, Doug Marbelli will pinch hit here for Jason Varitek. Marbelli at 178, 2 homers and 7 runs batted in. Yesterday 1 for 4 in the game against Tampa Bay. He caught Tim Wakefield. It ended in 0 for 10 skid and a 2-run single in the 4th inning yesterday. Still just 2 for his last 20. Well, see, Wakefield can hit a little bit. The former first baseman. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Trey is up in the pen for Tampa Bay. He was up yesterday but did not come in. 2-2 now to Mirabelli.
Oh, wow.
Nice catch.
What a play. That's in the pavilion level, I believe, or the EMC, one of the two. I think pavilion. One-handed snag with no glove.
And no loss of the beverage. It's not easy to do.
I didn't even notice. Did he have a...
Yeah. Left-hand beverage, right-hand ball.
Wow.
Now posing for pictures. Look at that.
That's impressive. And the guy in the red shirt was kind of distracting him, too. Very, very impressive. That might be the play of the game.
Let's get him a DIN trophy. Ball 4. Mirabelli down to first base. That'll bring in a run. Ortiz from third. 15-3 Boston. Well, Coco Crisp with another chance for another Grand Slam. Last time the Red Sox had 2 Grand Slams in a game. Got to go back to July 29th of 2003 at Texas. And from both sides of the plate, Bill Miller able to do it. As that was the last time a Red Sox player's ever had a Grand Slam. 2 Grand Slams in a game. As Coco Crisp will be coming up here against Josh Hamill. Bill Miller now the interim hitting coach for the Dodgers after Eddie Murray had been fired earlier this season. Hello from Rhode Island.
I think he knows he's on TV right now.
I think he has a feeling he might be.
A little humid here tonight at the ballpark. I would say the most humid night we've had on this homestand.
Yeah, the light rain starting now again. On the ground right side. Cantu will flip to second for one, on to first. It's a double play that ends the inning. But in the inning, the Red Sox get 2 more. They've got a 15-3 lead. Josh Beckett starting the game tonight, went the first 6, giving up 3 runs. Kyle Snyder went an inning, giving up a run on a hit. Timlin had a 1-2-3 eighth. And ready to pitch in the 9th. Josh Wilson will lead it off for Tampa Bay. Took over at shortstop. Fly to right his first time up. Tampa Bay will travel to Kansas City after the game tonight. Red Sox to Detroit. Teams chasing the Red Sox. The Yankees winners today over the Minnesota Twins 7-6. While Toronto had the day off. Rain falling as hard now as it has all night.
Yeah, it's picking up in intensity, Don.
Popped up right side. Dustin Pedroia. 1 down in the 9th. Here comes Carlos Pena, who has struck out 4 times in the game tonight. First 2 times looking, the last 2 times swinging.
Doesn't want to stand around and get a couple of strikes on him again, swinging at that first pitch. That means I'm cool, Don, I think, in today's language. But I could be adult, too. I've been called adult before, and it hasn't meant cool.
Outside, 2-1 to Carlos Pena. 1 out here in the 9th inning.
I must admit, it's the first time I've had a shot in the middle of a game.
Yes, that was pretty good.
Maybe I'll try surgery next time. We could film it for Nesson. It could be a Nesson exclusive.
You had time for it tonight. During the game, you could have had surgery.
What do we call it? Original programming. We could have that. Get my knee operated out of something in the booth between games.
Fouled off, 2-2.
Well, she got a call. She got on TV. Didn't take long. It took about 4 hours. Does that say she's 16 today?
Yes. Yep. She's 16.
Happy birthday.
Two and two with 1 down here in the 9th inning.
How do they know they're on?
I don't know.
There must be TVs like hanging from columns here or something.
Four strikeouts for Pena, who grounds one through the right side into right field for a base hit. So after a frustrating night, he's got himself a hit here with 1 down in the 9th.
I guess that takes a little bit of the edge off. You strike out 4 times, and you finally get that base hit in that final at bat. Score doesn't help. The type of night doesn't help, but at least you have 1 base hit. Looks just like you, Don. 18th. A lot of birthdays tonight. She said, oh, my God, I think it's on. It is. Have they got the new bobbleheads in yet at Nesson?
I don't think they have, no. I had a lot of people ask me about that.
What is the holdup?
I don't know. You can still try to get them.
Yeah.
NessonStore.com.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, that was the biggest seller at NessonStore.com.
Huge. But right now...
I mean, is there a new shipment on the way?
I'm guessing they're on back order. That's why they... It's a bit of a delay. One fouled off to the right back and out of play.
The problem was they made a mistake, I think, with the original order, as they had you with Andy Brickley. and you know, it kind of mixed things up, baseball and hockey, so they had to send those back to get the baseball version.
On the ground towards shortstop. Lugo to second for 1. On to first base. A double play.
Yes.
To win the game. 15-4, the Red Sox.
And we didn't get fired.
Finish. Yeah, we know. 15-4, Red Sox win. Back with more after this.